Okay, time for the video. It's noisy because we have a work in progress with a rose farm. It's the same design as Ray's works. I will put a link in the video description. And this is the exact same with a rose farm that I built in the old create mod testing world that I had, except if I hit F3 and G, you can see the chunk borders. So slow in water. Now, unfortunately, both this and this were not in the ideal situation where I had more room to play with. They were both relatively centered in the chunk. I mean, I could have had it orientating this way, but I liked having it this way. It's just the orientation. I built it in before, and I like building it this way. So the chicken is not there because in order for the wither to see it, to do what it's doing now, it had to be in this chunk here, one block back, and that doesn't mean the farm works, because the wither needs to constantly be targeting something. So if the chunk's unloaded and then loaded again, rather than being like, oh, I need to shoot something, it'll be like, there's that cow again, I'm gonna shoot it. And so yeah, I decided on a cow, and I'm using a mod. Other than the carry on mod, there's a mod called supplementaries, which comes with this little cage, and you can put small mobs in it, but you can also put baby versions of mobs in, like that cow. So I just bred up a cow, put baby in the cage, brought it here, dropped it off there, and then left it to grow, and the wither's been shooting at it ever since. So, like I say, it's not finished. I need to put more hoppers in, chests, finish the platform above, finish mob proofing down here, because as you can see there's a lot of endermen still. But we are getting wither roses and ender pearls. It's just very slow at the moment because it's, like I say, it's not finished. Yeah. So the enderman farm is a standard one. It's used to generate cattle, basically for the wither to shoot at and turn into roses. They target this endermite in here, fall down the pit of happiness and despair and get blown to bits. So yeah, I need to finish building this later. So other than the Wither Rose farm, there's only really been one other farm that I've done, which is back at the factory. It's this little sugarcane and cocoa bean farm. Now, it's not the greatest farm, but it serves our purposes. And I'm not very good with gantries. I'm still learning those. But it works most of the time. I need to get the distance and delay working properly, because what I want to make it do is travel down this column, stop to offload, and then go back. But if I don't put that delay in, for some reason the machine counts as going backwards whilst it's unloading, and then it will stop before it reaches the back, and then it just breaks. I've repaired this machine so many times. We also don't get cocoa beans off this end one because the support beam lines up with these and breaks the cocoa. So let me just do this. So it comes across, and as you can see, when it unloads, give it a minute, it's just inside this block, and that's enough for it to be like, I'm going to break that cocoa bean. But yeah, they get offloaded here, they're up the conveyor belt, and they go into these barrels for the time being, and then when I have a chest put here with a chute, any overflow will just get spilt straight into the sorting system. But this isn't where it's staying. Eventually I want to build the chocolate processing factory somewhere, but I haven't decided where yet. And that, wherever it decides to be put, or I decide to put it, I should say, will determine where this stuff gets fed into, because it's not going to be stored, it's going to be processed right away, and then any surplus of sugarcane will get stored. I'm hoping there'll be no surplus of cocoa beans. If there are, it's fine, we'll just turn them into dye. But yeah, the farm was going to initially have bamboo and cactus in it, but these farming rotary blades, they can't actually cut through it. It needs to be a saw blade, so that's why I thought, right, we'll just stick to sugarcane and cocoa. And when we have enough logs that this doesn't need to be a normal tree farm anymore, I'm just going to turn it into a bamboo farm and cactus farm. Right now, these bamboo saplings added by the Regions Unexplored mod, they will also serve just as well as regular bamboo. You know, one log of this bamboo turns into, well, that's not bamboo. One log of this bamboo turns into 2 planks of bamboo when they're cut down by this. So we're going to just do that once we have enough logs, and it'd be nice to be able to automate the bone mealing, because right now I just have to go in here, grab it, throw it in the machine. And these, unfortunately, cannot be composted, so if I throw this into here, you'll see it doesn't do anything, because it can't be composted. And I think that's it. Yeah, the cactus farm, we don't really need green dye anymore, we have enough of it. But for in the future, if we want to breed camels or need even more green dye, for now I'm just coming here, chopping this down and replanting it, but we could also change this so that half of it, once we have enough tree logs, half of it can be cactus farm and half of it can be bamboo. I could make another tree farm, but I don't think we will need it personally, because we're getting that many logs. Like I said in the last video, it's small, it's ugly, but it works really well. Really well. And obviously they get stripped as well. So it's working fine. For some reason though, the bamboo logs end up in here rather than over there. But it's fine. They're ending up on the right floor, and that's all that matters. So I'm going to go back to the Witherose farm, and I'll finish this monstrous project, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.